If you're looking for something to do outdoors this weekend, why not get your hands a little dirty and help a good cause at the same time? The Cresheim Trail always needs care, and they are looking for volunteers. Joining me now is Brad Maule, the executive director of the Friends of the Cresheim Trail. Thanks for talking with us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so first up, tell us about what is happening on Saturday morning in the park.
Well, this Saturday will be the first of our monthly volunteer workdays that we have on the Cresheim Trail. And those workdays vary from month to month. So, of course, we're in January now, so we're doing January things. Toward the fall, we might do plantings of trees and whatnot. Over the summer, we do a lot of trail work. But this coming weekend, we have our sites set on English ivy. English ivy is a very invasive species pest that can crowd out ground cover, and it starts climbing up trees. And when it climbs up trees, it can choke those trees, and eventually cause them to die and fall and present hazards in the park. So we're going out this weekend with the goal of removing English ivies from trees in particular.
Oh, boy, I know the pain of English ivy from my own experience in my backyard. So do these volunteers have to have any experience? Because the ivy is kind of tough.
It can be. The thinner the vine, the easier it is to pull off the tree. And the thicker the vine, we have hand pruners that can cut through. If it's thicker, we have loppers. And in the event that it is very mature and kind of thick, let's say 2 to 3 inches or more, we have hand saws that can cut through that.
You guys are quite literally, you're saving trees. And I absolutely love that. Can you talk a little bit about using the trail during the winter? Sometimes you think, oh, trail, summertime, but talk about what you can do in the winter and what people watching, what you want them to know about what's available for people to experience there.
Yeah, absolutely. As far as we're concerned, trails are a year-round amenity, and the winter is one of the nicest times to use the trail and see the park. The one sort of caution that we advise, and I think most people who take care of trails advise, is the freeze and thaw cycle. So it's just what it sounds like. The trails will freeze overnight, but then if it gets to, say, 40 degrees or something like that, then it thaws and creates a muddy situation, and the trail gets kind of squishy. And so a rule of thumb is if you leave footprints, if you can actually see your footprints or bike tracks, it's probably best to not use the trail during those times. But as long as the ground is firm, it's great to use. And of course, with the leaves being down, the vegetation being low, you have new sight lines that aren't there in the warmer months.
Man, a lot of interesting stuff. Brad Maule, executive director of the Friends of the Cresheim Trail. Thanks for talking with us this morning, and good luck with the cleanup event Saturday morning. Hope a lot of volunteers show up.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
For more information about the Cresheim Trail and their volunteer day this Saturday, 9 a.m., just tap the NBC 10 app or head to NBC10.com/find it on 10.